not strong.
All right, game 2 today of the ITC training for the Orks. We got some Nexus control again, but this time the Orks opponent will be this Deathwing Dark Angels team. It's a battalion detachment. We got the Master and Gravis armor with the Intercessors and some Scouts. Can't even see them because they're so scouty. And then we have this Assault Squad right here. Let's look at these brand new debut of these two armigers, so we all know what debuts mean. It was good knowing you. And then let's get into these Deathwing Terminators, which nobody kills Terminators like Terminators, am I right? And then we got Bilal here, and then we have an Ancient, Deathwing Ancient, because he's got that same color, so I'm going with it. And then we have some Deathwing Knights, another debut, so another early death, I'm hoping. And to round out the army, we're looking at a Land Raider Crusader. That is the Dark Angels. All right, let's look at the Orc army for game 2. It looks just like game 1. We got the War Boss here with the Killer Claw, and we have a War Pet on the right there with the Jump and Warpath, and then we have another weird boy with Fist of Gork. Then we have a unit of 30 boys, another unit of 30 boys, and another unit of 10 boys. That is the Evil Sun detachment. And then let's get into the Bad Moons battalion here. We got Specialist, the Souped Up Shaka. So we got the Dreadwog with the Souped Up Shaka. Another command point for that, and another command point for the extra Shiny Gubbins. Then we got the Warlord here with just the Bad Moons Warlord trait of a 4+ Invuln. Then we got a unit of 30 Shooter Boys, and then we got a unit of 20 and a unit of 15 Gretchen. Then we got a unit of 10 Tank Busters with their 4 Bomb Squeaks. And then we have a Pain Boy and a Run Turd that to hopefully keep those Gretchen in line, with a Big Mech with a custom force field. Then we have 2 units, 1 of 8, 1 of 7 of the Ludas. That one on the left looks a lot like Burners and some other stuff, but trust me, they're Ludas for today. And then we have the Battle Wagon with the Death Roller with 4 big shooters and a Lava. And that is the Wow. Let's look at deployment here. We have the Warboss hiding, which is weird because Orcs don't do that, but I'm gonna try to save points there somehow. Then we just kind of stretch everybody out along this this deployment zone here. Ludas, Gretchen, boys, Warboss, Psychic Triumvirate, boys, more Ludas, Gretchen. We spent 2 CP to put these boys up on the Teleporter, along with the Battle Wagon and the Tank Busters with the Bomb Squigs up on the Teleporter. And then let's look over here as we have this. Is this the Assault Squad of Space Marines right here?
That is the Scout Squad.
And then we have the Scout Squad in the building as I walk by. And then we have the Knights and the Terminators and Bilal all up on the Teleportarium. We have the Armigers kind of out there. Then we have this 8 million shot Land Raider looking at those boys, getting ready to unleash the fury of the traitor. I mean, whatever the good Dark Angels are. We don't know. Then we got the Master and Gravis armor and the Interceptors right there hanging out. And the Dark Angels have seized turn 1, so they didn't seize it, they earned it with deploying their units before the 8 billion units of work. So let's get ready for turn 1. End of the Dark Angels turn 1. Scout Snipers right here was exciting because they looked through that window and saw those Ludas down there. Trying to focus on them. There they are. Everybody hit and sort of whiffed, and there was a save in there, but then the missile launcher stepped up and did take out a Luda in the shooting phase. These guys weren't able to shoot, but this unit right here, these 3 units, I guess, they did some shot, and between all 3 of them, took out, 16 of those boys in that unit right there. So they're hanging on. Doc's Tools couldn't save them all, but, you know, we tried. Saved 1, I think, all that. So that's really where we stand at the end of turn 1. Or, sorry, Dark Angels turn 1. Let's get ready for Orcs turn 1. End of Orc turn 1. And nothing really happened. Like, we just did some moving. Did a bunch of shooting Ludas at that Land Raider. Didn't do anything. Souped Up Shaka. Right there, shot at the Land Raider, didn't do anything. There was some saving involved, but mainly a bunch of not wounding or not missing. These guys kind of staying out, trying to figure out what I'm doing. These boys got the jumped over here and then wiped the Assault Squad off the board. Took the final 2 out in a weird charge. Just trying to kind of take up some area so that he can't have free freedom to deep strike. Don't know that it did it very well. It's first time. I'm not a big fan of the rule, but it's a good rule. So this is where we stand at end of turn 1. Orks are at 4, and the Dark Angels at 2. End of Dark Angels turn 2. Pretty sure that this Land Raider Crusader he is the victory of the MVP of the turn. He basically individually, with some help from these armature works, warglaves, shooters, helvrins, wyverns, the vrins. Yeah, they kind of killed 21 of the boys that were standing on that objective, and then the other 9 ran away, and I was here calling them chickens, but looks like who's the real chicken now. These boys, intercessors shot into this group of boys over here and did kill 1, so they were okay. But this is where we stand at the end of the Dark Angels turn 2. It scares me because half of that's up in the teleportarium, the other half's in that Land Raider. Don't know what to do with those. End of Orc turn 2. Battle wagon dropped off the teleporter. Got in here, all the tank busters and a bomb squig shot over there to that Land Raider. Got it down to 3 wounds, and then lo and behold, the souped up Shaka shot in to fire it up. Roll that strength, magical 2. Seriously, 2. A 2 on 2d6 with 3 shots on top of that. So I rolled 3 6s or 3 hits. Got 3 hits out of those with some exploding 6s. And then one of those 6s turned into another 6 and actually went through. And with that negative 5 AP, did 3 damage. So we exploded the Land Raider. Or I guess it didn't explode. But and then everybody jumped out. Nobody died during jumping out. And then the battle wagon got to charge in here. And didn't do any damage to the Knights or the Ancients. They fought back and took off a total of 9 wounds off of the battle wagon. Then we dropped these boys out of the teleporter. They lost 3 in Overwatch, and then the rest of them made the charge and killed 3.5 of those intercessors. And then bad move on my part, got within 3 inches of that Master and Gravis army. He heroically intervened and killed 2 more. I think I lost 8 total boys somehow in there. And that's really about it. But held 3 objectives, and got in all 4 corners for recon, all 4 quadrants, I guess. So at the end of turn 2, it is Dark Angels 5 and Orks 8. See how turn 3 goes. End of the Dark Angels turn 3. These Deathwing Terminators and Balau came in out of the teleporter or the teleportarium and played his last 3P stratagem to fire as soon as they landed, and then get to fire again in the shooting phase. And first fire wiped out that unit of boys over there. There was 13 left. He just destroyed them. Second unit, he wiped that unit off the marker over there. There was like 17 or something left there, so they're all gone. Belial didn't get to do anything because the Terminators did it all for him. Then we got into some more combat over here. He did play a stratagem to fall back and shoot over here. Unfortunately, they never got to shoot because the unit was destroyed beforehand. Then these Knights, Deathwing Knights over here, were still in combat with the battle wagon, and they just totally swung the heck out with their flails of something. It's not corruption. They're definitely not traitors. But the battle wagon was decimated before any more fighting could happen. And then one tank buster died getting out of it. And then between the armigers and the scouts, a unit of Gretchen was wiped off the board down over here in front of those Ludas. So as it stands right now, units are disappearing quickly off this board for the Orks. That's not a good thing unless you're not a traitor from the Imperium. Going to bottom of 3. End of Orc, turn 3. Started off with these remaining tank busters, all 9 of them. Played the extra strict bomb stratagem so they could all throw those fancy tank buster bombs at them. Got 21 shots thrown at them, and with all that said and done in their storm shields, did kill 3 of the Knights, so that's a good start. Big Mac kind of slid over here into that quadrant to hold that objective, helped me get recon. These Ludas, again, not a fan yet. So somebody's got to prove me wrong, but they shot at the armigers, didn't do anything. We did move these weird boys and Warped over here and did a total of 9 mortal wounds with Smite. So spent a CP, rerolled, turned a 2 into a 6 on D6 damage after he suffered perils, and got 3 on the D3 damage, so a 5 that turns into 3. So that was a good job there. Grotz kind of moved in, got closer. These boys, I blocked them so they couldn't shoot anything, and that's really where we stand. End of turn 3, sitting at 10 to 8. Sorry, 12 to 10. Orks are up by 2. Let's get ready for turn 4. All right, end of the Dark Angels turn 4. Did some Overwatch from the Tank Busters on the Knights. Got 1 of the 2 left in Overwatch with some rocket launches. Good job there. And the Ancient made it in there too. Then the Flail of the Unforgiven with damage carrying over. Luckily only 1 made it all the way through, but it's damage 3, so 3 Tank Busters died there. And then the Ancient there, he decided he wanted to get in and squash one really bad with his Thunderhammer. These Armigers shot over into these Ludas. Took 2 Ludas out, and then we had these snipers up here shoot down here and did a mortal wound on the Ludas, so 3 Ludas were lost there, so that was terrible. Then these Terminators came in, and these front 2 got closer to a weird boy that was right here, and they got him out. Oh, let's pass up. That Armiger on the right there, he took out the big mech that was hanging out around the container, so he died. And then this weird boy died, so that was 2 characters, 2 points for the Kingslayer, or the Headhunter, apologize. And then these other back 4 Terminators shot into these boys and knocked 5 of those boys out of there. We're going to do some morale here that I forgot to do, and so we'll see if they stayed around. And then these Gretchen. We lost 2 Gretchen on the from the Bilal. Took them out. Lost 3 Gretchen. And that is where we stand, getting ready to bottom Orc turn 4. End of Orcs turn 4. The War Boss is now watching from the sidelines because he was jumped over to the Master and Gravis armor. Successfully got in on his charge. Successfully took him down to 2 wounds. I say successfully, it really should have been more with To Kill a Claw. And that didn't work. Then he fought back and 9 wounds to the War Boss. So well done with no invuln save, Games Workshop. It's only a War Boss. Be nice. -3 AP means a lot. Then we got into fighting over here, and the Flail of the Unforgiven wiped out, I think, 3 more Tank Busters, and then the Ancient took care of the other 2 with his Sledgehammer. Sorry, Thunderhammer. So that was fun. I think these Ludas shot up into these scouts up here. Did I nick one, maybe? I think I got one. Yes. There's only 2 left, so I got one there. We got on this objective, slid over here, did 2 more mortal wounds to the Terminators with Smite. Gretchen came over here and mightily took over control of that objective to even out the objectives there. So it wasn't very successful. Lost recon, got behind enemy lines because I got some people hiding. But characters are falling. Orcs are falling bad. After turn 4, we were looking at Orcs with 15 victory points and the Dark Angels up in front with 16. Let's go to turn 5. All right, end of the Dark Angels turn 5. I just want to look at this missile launcher sniper that took out the last Luda that was standing in front of that building after this Armiger, or this Armiger, I can't remember which one, took out the other 3 that were still over there, so Ludas were gone. And then these Terminators, in no particular order, those Terminators took out those 5 boys that were standing on that objective, so they wiped that out. And then, blow! Took out all these Gretchen with some shooting. Armiger got some shooting in there too. They took out, like, say there was 20. I think they took out 14 or 15 of them. 12. They killed 12 and the other 6 ran away. So that's kind of where we stand at the end of Dark Angels turn 5. End of Orc turn 5. The Ludas finally did some shooting and cleared out 3 of the Terminators behind that crate. They took out 3 thanks to insistent by the souped up Shaka that took a wound or something from there. After they got smited again, Got 2 more wounds off there, so smited there. And that's really it for right now. Held 1 objective. Didn't get recon. Have behind enemy lines because that runt herd is just hiding over in that building. Not being able to get seen by anybody. Just collecting a point, but he's not doing anything else. And then the war boss is hiding in over there. The warlord hiding in there, so he can't get shot. So I'm denying some points there, I guess. That's going to hold on. But I don't have enough bodies to hold any objectives. Who knew? At the end of turn 5, we were looking at 20 points for the Dark Angels and 15 for the, or is that 14? I think it's 14. Heck, I can't read. Hold on. Please wait. It is 14. 20 to 14, down by 6. Going into the last turn. End of Dark Angels, turn 6. The last remaining Terminator over there took a wound off the Pain Boy, and then this Armiger finished him off. Got rid of that Pain Boy that was sitting on that objective. And then we had this Armiger shot into the Ludas, killed 3, and then Morale had 3 more run away, so I have a Luda left, so that's not exciting, or exciting, but not exciting. So yeah, that's where we are right now at the end of turn 6. Orcs got to make something happen. I don't know what they can make happen with 3 models left on the board, but let's figure it out. All right, so end of turn 6 for the Orcs and end of the game with 4.5 minutes left. So at least finished 2 games, but not in the way I wanted to. But this weird boy held this objective and then smited the last Terminator to death, and then he jumped the Luda over here, who kind of stayed out of line of sight to shoot and be shot at for Overwatch, and then charged in, got on the objective, and then promptly died by Bilal. Was trying to negate the disadvantage to total objectives and get myself an extra point for ground control at the end. Just got the point for the runt herd that's hiding in this building over there. Negated 4 points, but didn't get any benefit with the Power Claw from the Warlord over there. But at the end of the game with, let's see, with the Reaper and the Headhunter maxed out by the Dark Angels, along with basically almost maxing out every turn move for the last 4 turns, the Dark Angels 25 points to the Orcs 21 points. Excellent game, fun. Oh, I forgot the Shaka there. I don't think I shot him. That was ridiculous.